Yes, good mornings, Brother B, and how are you doing? Oh, yes, and Mr. Cox, how are you doing? For some reason, I'm not seeing you guys as yet. Let me say, of course, a pleasant good morning to the listeners in Tobago there. As usual, we're discussing health from a natural and integrated perspective. So, of course, you go with your questions, and I will just follow accordingly. Definitely, right. Yes. Good, good. So we'll touch a bit on that. So definitely diabetes is always of a grave concern of mine. I mean, as someone who um, diabetes is one of my areas of specialization in terms of endocrinology, diabetes. And what I always try to help our listeners to understand is that with diabetes, the objective is an integrative approach to dealing with diabetes. The last time when we were there, we had an in-depth discussion as regards to help persons to understand why that is a viable and effective option. When I say viable and effective in terms of an integrative approach to diabetes or any disease, simply because you're dealing with the root cause of the issue. Most persons who are diabetic, so let's say 90% of persons who are diabetic, whether it is a type 1 diabetic, type 2 diabetes, which is the most common, and type 3, which is gestational diabetes, which is what pregnant women experience. Primarily type 1 and type 2, there is always some concern of the digestive system uh, in terms of its functionality. So, in other words, what I'm saying, if you're a diabetic, in order for you to be able to get improvement in your blood sugar levels, then we need to take a close look at the gastrointestinal system, because if you're not digesting or assimilating foods properly, then you further compound a diabetic situation, right? In addition to that, when you look at endocrinology, which is looking at the endocrine system, so you're speaking about your glands, primarily thyroid, parathyroid, pituitary, adrenal, excuse, and the list goes on. Again, an integrative approach means that you need to look at that system as well, because that is one of the drivers, as it were, of basic things: metabolic function, how your body breaks down glucose, how insulin is utilized in assisting in regulating blood glucose levels. So, what I want listeners to really understand is that, if you are diabetic, regardless of the protocol that you're on now. So let's say you might be a type 2 diabetic and you might be taking metformin. So your regime for the day might be 500 milligrams of metformin. So you might take one in the morning, one in the evening, or your recommendation might be 1500 milligrams, which would be one with breakfast, one with lunch, one with dinner. Or you might be taking 2000 milligrams, which is two in the morning, two in the night. You know, apart from that, what are you doing to improve the blood circulation? What are you doing to make sure that you do not lose your eyesight? What are you doing to maintain proper pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart, which would now improve cerebral blood vessel circulation, which is circulation in the brain, which will continue to ensure that you have proper eyesight. Because one of the major challenges with diabetics is that microcirculation. And if you have poor microcirculation or compromised microcirculation, which is circulation in the extremities, so we're talking about eyesight, we're speaking about kidney health, we're speaking about things like diabetic neuropathy, which is like pins and needles, cramping in your calves, burning under the feet. How do you now address that? Because there's someone who has diabetes who's listening to this program, and they would be taking their regime of medication, but they have reached a point where they have a lot of pins and needles, cramping in your calves, burning under your feet. You have reached a stage where the doctor might tell you that you have glaucoma, which is high ocular pressure, which most diabetics now are more prone to. Or you might be told that you have inflammation in the back of the eyes or bleeding in the back of the eyes. And that is where Batson Associates comes in as specialized consultants in integrative medicine, where we are now able to add value to those persons who come to us with those various complaints. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Okay, good question, and a question that is always riddled with controversy, but I'll answer it in any case. The thing is, all drugs have side effects, right? And anyone who has any experience in pharmacology, medicine would know that. The objective, of course, obviously, is that it is to now put you in a situation where we want you to get better over a period of time. So the thing is, with prescribed drugs, for example, like metformin or even glucophage, diamicron, and that type of thing, they do their jobs as regards, and when I say they do their jobs, referring to the drugs, they do their jobs as it relates to regulating the blood sugar levels. What integrative medicine does, in addition to that, is not only just deal with the high levels of blood glucose, because the thing is, you could have 10 persons who have the same outcome, which is diabetes, but the 10 persons have 10 different reasons for that outcome. So the thing is, your primary reason is now giving you a secondary consequence, if you understand what I'm saying. So diabetes is really the secondary consequence of our primary cause. And that is one of the things that Western medicine doesn't do. It simply works on the symptomology, and the symptomology in this case is elevated blood glucose levels. So automatically, the doctor is going to recommend whether, as I said, a glucophage, diamicron, whatever. Those fall in the category of what is known as hypoglycemic agents, and various blockers that are designed to regulate blood glucose levels. As I said, the difference and the advantage, in addition to, because the thing with integrative medicine, we're not telling you to stop taking medication. No, no, no. What we're saying to you is, in dealing with the issue of the root cause, you now reach a point where the body starts to function better, where your said doctor or you for yourself, based on your regular regime of testing your blood sugar, testing your blood pressure, looking at your cholesterol, doing your blood tests, whether it's every 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you now realize that you come where you get overall improvement. So you have better eyesight, you have better circulation, you have better regulation of your blood glucose levels, and you could reach a stage now where that metformin that you was taking, instead of taking 4, you now reach to 1, or you now reach to 2. And of course, that is going to be better news for your kidneys and your liver and that type of thing, because all practitioners know that you would recommend medication. There are some persons who come to us, you're on 15 different types of medication. Now, the doctor would have realized if you had a problem with your kidney, so you might be taking something for diabetes, blood pressure, poor circulation, kidney, cholesterol. But when we start to work with you from a holistic perspective, and we include dietary recommendations, we include supplemental recommendations based on our expertise, we include exercise recommendations now. The body now starts to function better. You now start to deal with the root cause. And as a result of that now, the clients get better improvement. Mhm. Correct. Correct. Right. Good. Yeah. Mhm. Good. Excellent question. And the thing is, as a trained consultant in integrative medicine, and everyone who works at Batson Associates from the consultant levels, we are trained in that particular way. Good. So it would be irresponsible of me to get somebody and tell you, stop taking medication. That will never happen. But what happens now, we ensure that you have to monitor. You know, there's a saying in medicine, you could only manage what you measure. So in the case of diabetes now, all the clients who come to us have to understand, listen, because when you have your revisit or your review with us, we're going to be looking at your figures. So let's say you come to us and you have diabetes and hypertension, you have poor circulation. Let's say the doctor recommended, as I said before, you're taking two metformin, 500 milligram, one in the morning, one in the evening. You might be taking a nifedipine. You might be taking one in the morning, one in the evening as well. When you come to Batson Associates and we do that blood analysis on you, we do the magnetic resonance analysis on you. If we require further testing, we send you for that. We bring the report and we put everything there. What we're going to do is that when you start to test that blood sugar based on the regime that we give you, the blood sugar or the blood glucose levels is going to start to go down. You know? They're going to start to improve, which is why you have to test it. Because remember, you're going to be testing the blood sugar every morning, every night. So automatically, let's say your average before coming to us was 150, or your average before coming to us was 130. But when we include this particular program now, it starts to go down to 110. You might realize the next week you're getting an average of 90. It means you cannot continue using that metformin the way you was using it. So it now reduces, so you're going to bring it down to 1. And then you're going to reach a point where, because of course, apart from dealing with us, you would have your clinic, you go, you check your numbers, whatever the case may be. And once you have those records showing improvement, even the said medical doctor is going to say to you, listen to me, patient A, Mr. B, whatever the case may be. We are seeing an improvement in your blood sugar levels, or we did over HbA1c, which is the blood sugar testing over 90 days. And we now realize that your A1C is lower. So what we're going to do now is reduce your medication. So instead of taking 2 metformin, you're now taking 1, or instead of taking 1 every day, you're taking 1 every other day. And that is how you work with that there. Okay, good. Yeah, and not only the ultimate goal in terms of the reduction of the using the medication. One of the challenges we have a lot of times is that clients come to us with serious renal issues. Most diabetics and most hypertensive persons, especially if you're chronic for years, you're going to have some serious kidney failure over a period of time. Even with Western medicine and with the medical doctors that I would work with, one of the things that they always try to do is to preserve the life of your kidneys, your liver, your intestines. Any good doctor always tries to do that. So as regards to how much time it would take, it depends on the individuals. Because you may get an individual who's a bit more complicated than someone else. So some persons we have seen in 3 months, some persons we have seen in a month, some persons we have seen in 6 months. So again, it depends on the severity and the challenges that each particular client or patient would have. Yes, it is. Yeah, well, I'm a huge advocate of yoga. It is something that I do. I don't get to do it as frequent as I would like, but I'm a big advocate of that. So those are some of the things that we recommend. The thing is, as an integrative practitioner, one of the key abilities that you have is that you understand the body is divided into 5 bodies, as it were. The top, or the first body, being the spiritual body. The second body being what is known as your supramental body, or your subconscious mind. The third body is your mental body, which is your conscious mind. The fourth body is your energy body. And then the fifth body is the physical body. The thing is, anything in integrative medicine is going to work to address all of those bodies, especially the spiritual body. I mean, one of the things I tell persons, I don't necessarily tell people about religion, but I believe in spirituality, because if you understand how the human body works based on energy and all these type of things, you have a spiritual body. So human beings are designed to show some sort of reverence to a higher power. But we're not going to get and break it down in religions, because that's just going to cause a lot of problems. So we're keeping it to this perspective, of spirituality. So yoga is definitely something I advocate. I'm a strong advocate, and those are things much later on too we're going to be actually adding to some of the services that we do, or some of the protocols that we do. But in terms of energy medicine, that is something we do. In terms of bioresonance feedback and those type of things, the food detox is also a big thing for me is something I've been using in my practice for over 14 years. I'm a strong advocate of it as regards to what it does. I'm a huge advocate of things like lymphatic drainage, different types of massages, and that type of thing. And those are as a result of taking those 5 bodies into consideration: the spiritual body, supramental body, which is the subconscious mind; the mental body, which is the conscious mind; vital body, which is the energy body. So yoga actually affects the energy body and the mental, the supramental, and the physical body. So definitely I'm a huge advocate of that. Yes. Yes. Hmm. As yet, yeah, because I know they had to test the waters and see if this. Yes. Correct. And a lot of success stories in various aspects. I mean, we have dealt with numerous persons with infertility. Infertility is a huge issue all over the world, especially in Trinidad and Tobago as well. We have a lot of success stories in Tobago with persons who couldn't conceive for years, and they have children now. The same in Trinidad, we have various success stories with diabetes. I mean, I have a lot of clients who have been working with us for years. I have clients who have been with us for 10 years, and they no longer demonstrate diabetic symptomology because of what they have done over the years in terms of, and those clients, sometimes we see them once for the year. They would go to the office and pick up whatever they need to pick up and that kind of thing. So in terms of success stories, I mean, a lot. We have a lot of those on our social media. We do know some work with our website, but even on our website have a lot of those as well. And I mean, we get a lot of referral work. So I mean, referral in itself is an indication that that there are a lot of persons out there who have actually gotten excellent results. We also very good at sleep. Anyone who comes to us who cannot sleep, I guarantee you that when we finish with you, you are sleeping, and you're not sleeping dependent on something. You know? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Well, in terms of, there isn't a disease, quite honestly, brother B, that we cannot deal with, because, as I said, a lot of the time the symptomology is not important. It is the root cause and the base aspect of the body. And once you understand anatomy and physiology to the extent that we understand it and I understand it, you are able to help individuals. So whether you're dealing with arthritis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, you're dealing with sleep deprivation, you're having problems with PMS. So that's things like depression, anxiety, whether you're dealing with hypertension, you're dealing with diabetes, you're dealing with inflammatory bowel conditions. So things like irritable bowel syndrome, diverticulitis, Crohn's disease, cancer. Cancer is a big thing that, a lot of persons, when they hear cancer, they get frightened. So when somebody like me hears about cancer, I am not frightened in any way at all, because of what cancer really is. And as I said before, once you understand the base functions of the body and the base systems of the body, and remember, we do blood analysis, and blood analysis is a powerful tool that was used some years ago in hospitals, like maybe 35, 40 years ago. But the reason why they don't do it is because it's too time consuming. So what we really have sometime now is because of trying to deal with so many patients quickly, that we have left those important aspects. Because if you're a trained blood microscopist, like what we do at Batson Associates, you actually make the doctor job a lot easier because of what you are able to pick up from that live blood analysis. Very, very key information to help you deal with any aspect of disease, any aspect. Correct. Some clarification with that. Oh, definitely, we open Monday to Friday for now from 9 to 5. We always have a consultant in Tobago every week. Next week, please God, I will be in Tobago, God's willing. So they could always call the office and get the information. I can't remember the days exactly off the top of my head, but we have a greater presence there. Latoya is always in the office. So if you need any of the products, services, that kind of thing, you just let her know and we make the necessary appointments until we finish our training. Because we actually have some people in Tobago that we're working with right now to be able to be trained so that, we facilitate and able to deal with more persons more effectively and efficiently. Dr. Batson is one person. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you what. Yeah. Hmm. Tell me. Hmm. Good. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. 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 Hmm. Yeah. The thing is, in terms of education, educating, sorry, and helping persons to understand the body, I'm a huge, huge aspect of building the immune system naturally. Huge, huge advocate. And I mean, that is something we saw when we had COVID, which was something that the world never saw. And, there was a whole lot of controversy and whatever the case may be. What people have to understand now is because of all those things, and if you understand virology and pathogens properly, bacteria, virus, fungus, protozoa, or worms, which fall in the five category of pathogens, you will understand that building the immune system is significantly important. COVID has not gone anywhere. A lot of people do not know that. It is still there. It's just in different forms. Because if you understand, as I said, virology and that type of thing, if you look at SARS, if you look at things like COVID, if you look at even things like HIV, even if it is you're dealing with what you mentioned in terms of dealing with the Sahara dust and that type of thing. So you have a lot of pathogens. Dust is a very dirty, nasty thing. Dust contains billions of pathogens that could do serious damage to the body. So I believe from a preventative perspective and from a proactive perspective, Batson Associates always educates its clients on dealing again with the root cause, but again building immunity. And there are protocols that we have for children with asthma, people with sinusitis. When people talk about their sinus rays, I am always bewildered and confused because that's something I never suffered from. Simply because once you understand how to deal with those things from the body, like there's a product that we normally carry, which is silver with mineral formula. Now, a lot of people do not know that silver is one of the most potent natural antibiotics known to man. Silver is actually used to sterilize surgical equipment. Listen to what I just said. Silver is used medically to sterilize surgical equipment. That's just to tell you the level of the potency and its ability as a natural antibiotic in the body and what it helps in terms of immunology and virology and that type of thing. So, it's our education. And what we do a lot of times, we're going to have those symposiums. Tobago is going to get our next one shortly. We actually have three that we have to do in Trinidad here, and then we do Tobago again. So, in terms of educating and letting persons know, I mean, a lot of persons concerned because, you're hearing a lot of persons talking about they could do this, they could do that. But Batson Associates has a good track record for the years. And we had some little ups and downs in Tobago, and that was because of COVID and then, the that situation with the boat and the plane, whatever the case may be. But we here, and we are here to help persons who want help. So the thing is, because what Batson Associates does is give you the guidance, give you the information so that you are able to take not only better care of yourself, but better care of your family as well. Yes, those numbers again for the Tobago office is of course you could call 22282. I believe it also have them on the screen. Okay, yeah, good, good, excellent. Yeah, 226455331242448. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You're welcome, sir. Take care. Thanks again, gentlemen. Yeah, alive already. So I think they would have cut me off from their stuff, right? Yeah. So I continued how I left. Yeah, just yeah. Do we come out of their screen? Or stay there? Okay, well, I'll just wait until the ad. Where do I close?
This one is Premier. They seem to be with Call or something.
Oh, this. Yeah, nice. Okay, so morning, guys. Sorry I didn't get to address you. As you realize, I was doing a live there with Channel 5 in Tobago. Batson Associates, of course, will be in Tobago next week, please God. So you could call any one of those numbers for the Tobago office and actually make your necessary appointments and come and give us a check. Let me say, of course, a pleasant good morning to our listeners. We are live on our social media platform. We are Batson Associates Limited on Facebook. On YouTube, we are Batson Associates Trinidad. So we're streaming live on those. We just had an excellent discussion there with Brother B and that gentleman. I always forget his name. My apologies. He's new to my mind, so I'm going to ensure that I get the name. I don't want to say the wrong name. Okay, and we are continuing that discussion. Let me say, of course, a pleasant good morning to Nicole Van Der Poel, Miss Marlene Nabi, Miss Kathleen Ishmael, my dear, always here with us, Miss Betty Phillip, Miss Marge Hills, Miss Kathleen Ishmael. She says, if you all have a yoga class, I'll definitely join. Yeah, definitely. Don't worry, we're going to work on all of that. Alicia Hall, good morning to you. So we continue our discussion. We will continue our discussion until 8 a.m. And, one of the things that we have, so let me just give you guys some updates as regards to what we're doing here at Batson and Associates. We have some upcoming events. We also have some promotion as regards to the balanced circulation product. Balanced circulation is a product that we carry at Batson and Associates. It's actually a capsule, quite easy to take. We normally recommend it that you take it with your meals. We normally recommend that you take 2 for the day if your circulation, anywhere between 1 to 2 for the day. If the circulation is really bad, so you have things like pins and needles, cramping in your calves, bleeding under the feet. You may have things like varicosis, which is the medical term for varicose veins. That is something that we also going to pay very close attention to, and the circulation or the balanced circulation actually helps a lot with that product. We also have the Nerve Restore on special as well for this month. And Nerve Restore, as you realize, is a product that actually reduces anxiety and stress, combats depression, improves sleep. And what I could say for you, this is a product, I mean, Miss Ishmael had, she said that product changed her life significantly. And she said that on one of our lives recently, it really regulated her sleep pattern. It is a product that relaxes you. It also helps with fertility as well. With men, it helps to boost your testosterone. It also helps with erection as well. So imagine having a product that actually deals with all of those things. That is something that it really, really gives you assistance with. So you could check out that Nerve Restore before so it actually has been reduced, and that's the price you see there, which is now $325. You can give us a call at any one of our telephone numbers there. The head office number being there, 2228261, as well as 3149975. We also have those magnetic resonance analysis scans, which we do at Batson Associates with the bio tracker that actually has the ability to actually give you important or vital information as it relates to as it relates to the areas of the body that really need work, those root cause aspects, those primary reasons for being ill in the first place. Good. So that's something that you could also pay very, very close attention to. In addition to that as well, so that balanced circulation, we'll get that up for you again. This is actually the product that I was referring to here, and that is part, of course, of the Equilibrium brand. It improves brain function. It's very good for arthritis, also improves blood circulation, lowers blood pressure. And the reason why we did this product here is that this product is actually a product that has the ability to improve circulation. I often work a lot with poor circulation issues, simply because as a specialist consultant in diabetes, I always strive to ensure that I have or make recommendations to improve circulation in its entirety, simply because of the challenges that diabetics have as it relates to poor circulation. They have a lot of issues, they have a lot of challenges, and with that, you find that that circulation could be compromised. So if you are diabetic and you want to improve your blood circulation, you want to improve eye health, that is something that you need to pay very, very close attention to. In addition to that as well, as I said, we were discussing diabetes this morning. So, if you are diabetic listening to this program and you believe that you're good, come to Batson Associates and you will be better. I could guarantee you that, simply because of that integrative approach where we actually deal with the root cause of the problem, the integrative approach where we fix certain organ systems in the body based on the laws of anatomy and physiology. Because the thing is, your body has laws. There are laws to everything. There are laws for the universe. Gravity, for example, is a law, right? There's the law of gravity. That is a physical law. And the law of gravity states there's something known as, they said all bodies falling towards the earth fall at a constant acceleration known as acceleration due to gravity. There's a law in physics. And there are many other laws as it relates to a number of different principles of the universe. Good? So the thing is, you don't think it have laws for the human body? Think about it. And one of the laws of the human body is the law of oxygenation. That's one of the first laws. So it means that if the body is deprived of oxygen for an extended, it doesn't even have to be extended period of time, you could end up with serious problems. And that is what an ischemic stroke, for example, is. So when you get a stroke, what happens there? Your body broke the law of oxygen, because the law of oxygen states that all cells in the human body require what? A proper supply of oxygen. So if you're not getting proper oxygenated blood to different parts of the body, it means you have an issue. You are now flouting or breaking the law of circulation, the law of oxygenation, which is proper circulation. That's one of the first laws. Another law of the body is the law of hydration. So when people tell you to drink water, or when I constantly buff people and tell them to drink water, it's not because I just feel to go mad and say, hey, drink water, drink water. That is a law. The human body is 70% water. 70%. You don't have to be a mathematician to understand what 70% is, do you? So it means more than 2/3, because if you were to divide, a third is what? 33 and a third. If you divide 100 into 3, you'll get 33 and a third. 33 and a third by 2 is what? 66 and 2/3. But yet, the human body is 70% water. Think about that. So the other law of the body, or one of the other laws, because there are many laws, is the law of hydration. So you need to drink proper water. And note to anyone listening out there, juice is not water. Coffee is not water. Tea you may get away with. If the tea have no milk and sugar, you'll get some benefit from that. But the other things that I mentioned, milk and those, that is not water. So if you're not hydrating yourself properly, then you're breaking the rule of hydration. There's a product we carry at Batson Associates called Alkagen water. It's right up here. And the thing is, this premium alkaline water, which we carry at Batson Associates, is one that has the ability to do a number of things. So water, there's water, water, and water. Good? There is something known as ORP in alkaline water. And the ORP, but alkaline water is not the only water that has ORP, right? You have ORP in a number of different things. But ORP stands for oxidative reduction potential. So oxidative reduction potential. What is oxidation? If you take an apple and you cut it and you leave it outside, what happens? It begins to get brown, it begins to get dark. And the reason for that is because of oxidation. It breaks down. So one of the advantages of using Alkagen water is that you actually have the ability to do what? Reduce the oxidative reduction potential in the body. That is something you could get at any of the offices of Batson Associates, whether you go to Shogunas, which is the first floor of Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas, whether you go to St. James, which is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, or whether you go to Davie, corner of Ramsey Trace, and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie. If you're in Tobago, of course, in Tobago, we're looking at the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. That's the Alkagen water coming up there. You can put it up again. As you see, improves overall health. And the thing is, when you look at the clients that we have at Batson Associates and the results that we would have gotten with the clients, you know, it speaks for itself. So feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind, we have open clinic days. I actually have an open clinic day in Shogunas office today. So those of you who may be listening, I know it is short notice, today is Wednesday. Friday, please God, my open clinic day is on Friday in St. James, God's willing. And we usually have a number of open clinic days. We have our consultants. So there's a testing protocol that you have to do. Keep in mind that with that particular testing protocol, you know, that scan and that blood and whatever the case may be, those things are not done by myself. You know, we have other consultants who do that, and I would review and make the necessary recommendations. So if you have a health challenge, and any health challenge, you know, we could give you some help. Whether it's cardiovascular, so whether you have issues with cardiac issues, so you may have bradycardia, you may have issues with a heart murmur, or you're skipping heartbeat, so you may have done an echocardiogram, and the echocardiogram didn't really show too much good there. We can improve that situation. And then, of course, you have it before and after. Whether you do a test, you do your echocardiogram, you go back and do your echocardiogram, whether we recommend a treatment protocol for you for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whether we need to allow you to lose weight together or in that situation as well, then that is something we have to also look at as well. So keep in mind, again, those telephone numbers and locations. Keep in mind our symposium. We are having that health symposium at our Shogunas branch. That's taking place Sunday, the 25th of August. You'll see how much notice we give you guys. And then, of course, we have one that is going to be followed very soon after. We're just finalizing the date, and that's going to be taking place at up Lady Chancellor. There, you know, Lady Chancellor is an area a lot of people deal with stuff with health and wellness, and you know, everybody looking at getting better, feeling better. And that is what we're going to be doing at that symposium. That is going to be targeting, of course. Well, not targeting, sorry, but really, because people in Port of Spain say, Dr. Batson, you're not doing anything for the Port of Spain people in that area. We're going to be looking at doing one in the east shortly as well too. So those of you who Grandia, Rima side, we're going to do something there, and you know, really doing some community outreach work to really assist persons. We have that PMS symposium or PMS sessions that we're doing currently as it relates to those Monday night segments. So we actually have 2 more to do. We would have done 3 so far. And that is something, ladies, that you should log on to. You should speak to your friends, because a lot of women have serious problems with hormonal disruption. So whether it is before your menopause, whether you're going through it's just before menopause and you're experiencing the symptomology of depression, anxiety, problems sleeping, which is insomnia, you're experiencing problems with weakness in the legs, severe mental confusion, emotional distress, all those type of issues, that is something we can deal with for you at Batson and Associates. You know, so take advantage of that. Allow us to be able to assist you to feel better, to improve your health. Okay, so again, those telephone numbers that we have, they at the bottom of the screen, 222-8261 or 314-9975. Keep in mind the 314-9975 number is a WhatsApp number. So as I was saying, that particular symposium that we will be, not symposium, sorry, the lectures that we're doing on hormonal disruption for women, we actually had it. It started the 8th. So Monday the 8th was the first Monday. We were unfortunately rather, because of technical difficulties, we weren't able to do the 15th. But we actually covered ground when we did the 17th, which is a Wednesday. So the next one we have is the 22nd, and we have the 29th as well. So ladies, look out for that. Share that with your friends. Those of you who may have problems with, as I said, PMS situations. You know, you have reached that age, you may have gone through menopause some years ago, but you're getting this problem with vaginal dryness, all these different types of issues. Then, of course, feel free to give us a call or visit. You are listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, your integrative healthcare practitioners. So if you're not sure what integrative medicine is, let me clarify for you. Now, a lot of people do not know that you have various types of medicine, various types of medicine. Western medicine is quite new to the fold. A lot of people do not know that. When you look at Chinese medicine, when you look at Ayurvedic medicine, which I was quite fortunate to have some serious exposure to, and even studies in, you know, which is a form of medicine. I love it. They really understand anatomy and physiology. They understand the various bodies that you have, the various energy body, spiritual body, supramental body, mental body, vital body, physical body. And, you know, it really helps us to again, be able to determine and to really understand how to really address disease and sickness in the body. The human body is a wonderful piece of machinery, if you could describe it. And that is, of course, a mediocre, at least, explanation or definition of what the human body has the ability to do. I mean, just your eyes, just your lungs, just your heart, your circulatory system. I mean, magnificent is not even my word. And the thing is, with any good piece of machinery, you need to have preventative maintenance. And that's the problem with a lot of us. We do not do preventative maintenance. You wait until you're dying. Unfortunately, you wait until you go to the doctor and you get a diagnosis and they tell you you have stage 5 cancer. Why do you think everybody who gets diagnosed with cancer, they have a stage 4 or stage 5 diagnosis? You think that cancer didn't have a stage 1, a 2, or a 3? If you understand oncology and what oncology is, you will also understand that cancer has to have a start. There has to be a place where it began. And usually, 99.9% of the time, it is an immune system imbalance. I always tell persons this. If your immune system is functioning optimally, you cannot, you will not, and you shall not get cancer. Impossible. Because your immune system automatically is going to pick up that culprit, which is foreign to the body, and get rid of it. So it means you have some sort of deficiency. You have some sort of malfunction. You have some sort of disruption. You have some sort of disconnection, whichever word you feel to use there, as it relates to your immune system and how the immune system functions. That is clear as day. Good. So again, feel free to give us a call or visit. Keep in mind those telephone numbers and locations. Also, those announcements. Keep in mind balance circulation, that promotion. We actually have a discount on that product. We also have our Nerve Restore product as well, Really, really great product. There isn't a person who used that product and used it properly and wasn't satisfied with it. Amazing, 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 amazing products. Just like all the products we carry at Batson Associates. Keep in mind that symposium taking place at the Chaguanas branch, which is Sunday, the 25th of August, 2024, and that's at our head office. The location of that office, of course, is 182 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas, and there's a link we're going to send to register, or you can also call that 222-8261 number to register with us. Again, feel free to give us a call, or visit. Also, like us, share us, add us on your social media. And that social media address again, for Facebook, we are Batson and Associates Limited. YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And of course, very soon, we'll also be having lives simultaneously, or information simultaneously, on our Instagram as well as our TikTok as well. You know, we have to get with the times, as it were. Cleansing and detoxifying the body, that product that we know you guys waiting on, we'll have that shortly in stock. So those of you, again, make sure and call, get your information. If there's something that you wanted that we don't have, we are ensure that we organize in our stock and whatnot. So at least call us, let us know. We have your name, and we're going to ensure that we provide that necessary information for you. Upcoming programs tomorrow, please God, of course. Tomorrow, please God, we have our program with DJ Mamu on djmamuradiott.com. That program is going to start from 2:15. That's 2:15 to 3:15. We're going to have that program. We also will have our regular scheduled program with Synergy, and that's Synergy. That program is going to be taking place, God's willing, from that's going to be from 5 to 5:15. God's willing, and that's Thursday. Thursday is usually our program days. We also have on Thursday as well, we're making a shift with that morning program, because remember, we used to give you a program in the morning from 11:05 to 11:30. We're now going to change that around a bit, and we're going to actually put it now from 6 to 6:30. So that's 6 to 6:30 p.m. We're going to have that program, and of course, we'll be discussing health. The program is a question and answer. I mean, once you're on the live and you ask a question, I will facilitate you once the time allows me, and to answer your question or provide as much information as possible for you. In addition to that, let me just quickly touch. So that program that we had this morning, we were joined with Channel 5 in Tobago there. I was fortunate to be interviewed by Brother B, and that distinguished gentleman, for some reason, I'm going to get his name. And of course, subsequent to that, we had this live that we continued. So let me say a thank you for all those of you who would have joined us: Nicole Vanderpool, Marlene Nabi, Miss Kathleen Ishmael, Miss Marge Hills, Miss Alicia Hall, Miss Elizabeth Nandlal. You know, remember to share the live, like the live, and of course, help somebody feel better today. If you have a problem with any autoimmune conditions, so whether it, things like, diabetes, fibromyalgia, you're having pain, problems with arthritis, very soon we'll be having our location as it relates to that stroke and diabetes center, ground floor, because one of the challenges we had in Central is that, because it's a first floor, we had a lot of issues with persons actually, being able to get access to the building. So, we have corrected that situation, and very soon we're going to have some really good news for you guys. So look out for that. Batson Associates always trying our best to ensure to better our best. Before we complete, or before we finish rather, keep in mind again that symposium taking place at our Chaguanas office on Sunday the 25th. That's Sunday the 25th of August. And that is going to be taking place at 182 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Also check out that special on our balanced circulation promotion. So those of you who have things like pins and needles, cramping your calves, burning under the feet, you have dizziness, lightheadedness, your memory starting to give you problems, it's fading, you're forgetting, give Batson Associates a check. Good, guys. One of the things too as well, and check out our Alkagen water. We also have the circulation regeneration tea. That's this product here. I don't think we have that to put up on the screen. This is a tea I like. I really, really love this tea, and we're going to get this with our great technical guy here who making sure that we have all our information up and whatnot to ensure. But one of the advantages with that tea is that it actually has the ability to improve blood circulation and blood pressure. Remember, with blood pressure, if you continue to have a serious blood pressure issue throughout your life, you are going to end up a dialysis patient. Renal failure is not a good thing to experience. Dialysis is not a good thing to experience as well. So make sure and take care of yourself. Doc, is that CMOS I see next to you on the shelf? No, my darling. That's Mr. Nandlal. No, it's actually the circulation regeneration tea. God's willing, the CMOS would be here next program. I'm going to ensure that I put one of those there. Yes, that's the loose tea. Yes, I love loose tea. Yeah, it is a loose tea, Ms. Nandlal. And just like you, I love loose teas because, you know, I find they do so much. I mean, it doesn't take away from the other teas that we carry, those things like circulation and those other ones, but definitely it really helps in, you know, bringing about some level of health. So with that being in mind, thank you very much for joining us. Keep in mind, tomorrow, please God, those 3 programs that we have where we'll be discussing infertility. We're going to be touching on diabetes again. We're going to be touching on hypertension. We're going to be also touching on arthritis tomorrow, please God. So you'll actually see those notifications. And those 3 programs, we have DJ Mamu on djmamuradiott.com. That's going to take place from 2:15 to 3:15. We also have Synergy, which will be joining live on Synergy TV. That's going to be taking place from 5. We usually join Synergy 5, 5:05, 5:10, all around there, and we usually go for 15 minutes. So that'll carry us to like about 5:25, all around there. And we also have that program which we have shifted from the 11:05, 11:30. We have now moved that to 6:30, God's willing. That's 6:30 p.m. Ms. Nandlal says, touch on the meniscus tears and cartilage and ligaments. Okay, so tomorrow, please God, I'll touch on that for you, Ms. Elizabeth Nandlal. I hope that your recuperation and your rehabilitation is going well with the recommendations that we would have made for you. And I hope I know you will indeed make a speedy recovery as regards to that situation. Always a pleasure to have you on. As we always say at Batson Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys, and do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Be safe. Remember, we have open clinic days. Today in Shogunas, you could actually get an appointment to see me today because this is one of my clinic days. Keep in mind, we have a full slate of consultants. They are the ones who do the tests. My job is simply consultancy and review, and let us help us to help you. Take care, guys. God bless, and do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Take care, guys.
I stop it there.
Okay, good. Oh, you stop it from your side.
Yeah, I can understand.
Okay, good. I find that was.